Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 1, Episode 2 of The Legend of Vox Machina. Last we saw, we get a better understanding of what's going on. It isn't what I thought it was going to be. There's a cat in a pod behind me, if you guys didn't notice, but I'm also going to adjust the lighting a little bit. I like it to be a little brighter, but yes, there is a Sammy cat down there in the Mandalorian pod. See him right there? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Last we saw, though, guys, we get our band of brothers, we get our group of people, but I thought for sure we'd at least have them all by themselves briefly, and then they'd run into each other, like they do in TVs and movies typically. I'm actually kind of happy they didn't, because it saves a whole lot of time on doing all that, but now I'm curious, and I know there's tons of videos on the introduction of the characters for Campaign 1, because this was originally a campaign. If you guys are joining us, and you were as in the dark as I was 2 weeks ago, Vox Machina is based off of a Dungeons & Dragons show, and if you've already watched Episode 1, you probably should know that, or I guess you really wouldn't need to know that, or might not know that based on the show itself, because you don't need to really know it's Dungeons & Dragons. It just looks like a fantasy role-playing game, Lord of the Rings type adventure. Regardless of all of that, though, I'm surprised they didn't give us a background on how all these characters met, where they came from, stuff like that. I mean, we got little things. We know that Vex and Vax are... Vex and Vax, right? Yeah, Vex and Vax. We know that they are brother and sister. We know that Pike is really good friends with Grog for some reason. I feel like they had some kind of thing go on with them that made them become friends. Scanlan looks like he's like kind of solo and just joined the crew. Same with Percy. I don't know. It's like, I'm curious how all these people got together. They didn't really explain it. They seem like they're somewhat selfish and all about themselves, yet they still kind of act like a family. I don't really know much about them. I haven't experienced much. I've only seen one episode, and besides that, all I have to go on is all the videos we've watched, but I've still never watched a campaign video. I kind of just got a background of what the characters are. I know more about the people playing the characters and more about Critical Role and the Kickstarter and everything else than I do the characters. And that was intentional. I intentionally built all this world around me so that when I dive into the show, I don't have to worry about that. I have a couple things I want to go off. First, Uriel seems like he's a Targaryen type person. Blood dragon stuff, like he's got dragon blood in him. That's why Vex had like that moment of craziness in her head. When she actually saw the real dragon, she went batshit crazy, like her head was going to explode. So it's way worse if it's an actual dragon. Besides that, I had one other thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to jump in because I really want to see this. I changed my shirt. I got a drink real quick, and I want to see the rest. But they got Pike at the end there to try to save the kid. I'm assuming she couldn't save the kid because she used all her magic to save Grog. Am I misunderstanding that? Was she just like totally zapped and healing Grog wasn't that big of a deal? Because it seems to me like had Grog not gotten wounded, that she might have been able to save the life of the kid. But I feel like Grog being injured the way he did and having had Pike heal him and then not be able to save the kid, I feel like that's going to weigh on Grog or something. Maybe Grog's going to be like, I am to blame for that kid's death because if I didn't get hurt, you could have saved the kid's life. Or maybe that's never going to come up again. But for some reason, that stuck out in my mind. And I just want to jump in. Besides that, I have 100 other questions, but let's jump in. You guys want to be way ahead, full unedited reactions, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, and hundreds of exclusives. You'll only see it on Patreon. The link's at the end. If not, here we go, guys. Season 1, Episode 2, The Legend of Vox Machina. All right, Jesus Christ, I talked for like 5 hours. Is the dragon gonna come in and blow everyone's cockles off?
One hell of a battle.
We don't need to know the enemy.
You heard the general. For I'm on as one.
What a load of shite. Guys, I think the dragon is coming in. Oh God, here it
We've
comes.
got him coming. Let loose. Fire.
Oh my God. Reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones too. Game of Thrones, Godzilla. No, that did not work. No one's safe. God. Oh my God, that hurt my face to think about. Oh my God. Guys, that was badass.
Is a blue dragon, sire.
You've dealt with such creatures in the past. How do we fight it?
Well, that was a red dragon years ago.
That was a crazy action scene for the start. I'm like taken away by that.
Sir Finch finally joins us.
You've sent Vox Machina to their doom?
Doom? We don't know the meaning of the
I
word.
love how they're all just set up.
I can't believe you made it out alive.
Oh, see? It's because Uriel's near.
Fools are useless, sire.
If it desires a mon's destruction, it will not relent.
But what if it attacks the city? We'd be sitting ducks.
We will bring the fight to it on our terms.
Don't kill it before we do. Your offer's still on the table, right?
Were they pet and trinket? Oh my god. The guards were pet and trinket.
I felt it again. One of them is working with that fucker.
I bet it's.
I like how they loosely use cursing, because that's how real people would talk.
You're not the only one with ideas, Vex.
Welcome to Gilmore's Glorious Goods!
Why do I feel like I've seen something about this?
Well, for 20,000 gold, I'll sell you this handy-dandy magic lance of dragon slaying.
Hi, still here. Is there any way to stop them?
The worm shall only find defeat in the gorge where the twin rivers meet. But you get what you pay for.
I enjoy him, and he's doing the coin thing that
Even
Vax did.
I owe you dinner.
You owe me more than that, my handsome half-elf.
All right, you two.
Oh, is he bi or gay? I feel like he's bi. And Liam is too, the guy who does the voice.
Fence or something?
Here he is.
It's that thin-lipped crypt keeper.
Okay.
Can you pick me up a sandwich on the way back, please?
What do you want?
Open your back door, baby.
Damn. It really works. What the hell, Caitlin?
The lock doesn't seem to be magical.
It's just a damn door.
All it takes is a little finesse.
That was my toothpick.
Apparently Krieg lives here.
I feel like I'm falling in a hole.
Taste in art. Or maybe we all just go check.
Trapdoor.
We caught you blue-handed, chicken humper.
And that sword isn't to murder General Krieg with either, right?
Pike, I think it is.
General Krieg is planning to...
What?
How do you stay so quiet in that armor?
Yes. Do tell.
Oh no.
It's him?
Of course it was me. I championed you because you're a bunch of witless oafs who no one gives two shites about.
Fan out. Look for some kind of fulcrum.
A fuck room?
No way.
Lever, a button.
You guys,
Love it.
everything in this room is magical. Krog, you...
Vex is getting messed up in the head about something around him. Oh,
Caleb, you
look
found
at that.
It's a portal.
They're in the booty.
If we're gonna fight Krieg, organized, as one.
We don't do organized. Look at us. We're Vox Machina. We fuck shit up.
I would definitely want to go check out what was in a portal.
High in the mountains, I'd say.
Far from Iman.
Where did they just go? He's somehow controlling the dragon.
Is this a troll?
Is that a oh my god. Is he somehow the dragon? Tell me that dude is somehow the
You
dragon.
know what? Uriel can keep this paltry payment.
We're in the dragon's lair.
Yes. Okay, it's his eye, so it is in there. Never mind.
I was certain you would die the moment you met the mighty Brimside. Dragons ruled all of Tal'Dorei when we ruled the entire world.
He is the dragon! No fucking way. Oh my god.
Didn't see this one coming, did you, Vex?
I'm thinking, is that what's happening? But how? And that's how. Holy shit. In my head, I'm like, this sounds stupid. Everyone's gonna think I'm an idiot for even saying it.
Let me return the favor.
And it can even talk in dragon form. I love it. That style, I love it. Very reminiscent of Smaug in The Hobbit. Is the gold heating up?
Vax, did Gilmore give you any insight on how to kill this thing?
It was a lance. We had a magic lance. Oh, wait, the...
Arrogant, egotistical.
Like right in the V of the neck? There, the V of the neck. Shoot an arrow at the V of the neck.
Maybe we do what we do best.
We have no best.
Hey, Dragon Man, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I love it. I love him.
You think you can hide in my lair? Hey, taint smear!
You're in my way again, you ape!
Preening, pea-coated peacock and a witless goon.
Tell me you are nothing but insect!
I feel like they were making a decoy for something. Oh, Scanlan made like an illusion?
Gotcha.
So when she said go out and do this, it was like illusional wise. Oh. Scanlan's hand. Amazing. Oh, jeez. Oh, she put it into the arrow. Oh, because he opened the wound.
Look who's nice and low.
I don't know what he's capable of in rage mode.
Is he dead?
Oh, he's ripping his tooth out.
Proof we killed the scaly turd.
I was just gonna say they have endless back through the portal. Oh, he's got the giant dick.
We got him, kid.
The coin again. Leave the coin.
For your selfless heroism,
Look
I
at him
proclaim
covered in
all
blood.
protectors of the realm, honorary members of the Council of Tal'Dorei.
Where is the...
Watch, there's nothing in it. I knew it. They have no money.
Parchment?
The deed to your new keep here in Imar.
Hey, at least we got a place.
Hypothetically, if we sold it...
We have a home.
We have a home. And Scanlan, you could probably get crazy amounts of women.
We suspect Krieg may have been part of a larger plot. I have arranged an important banquet to discuss the security of our realm.
In fact, several dignitaries should be on their way as we speak.
Uh-oh, what's happening? This looks ominous and scary.
Briarwood? There's something blocking the road.
I feel like we met him. Silas Briarwood.
Looks like royalty to me. What do you say?
Rip it.
The fuck?
Holy shit. Oh.
I hope it wasn't too much trouble, Silas.
Silas.
my dear, it was nothing.
Alright, so we got Silas and the Briarwoods. Alright guys, so I suddenly remembered near the end of this episode that everyone told me that the first 2 episodes are supposed to be something like a prequel to the live stream campaigns, something to that effect, the first 2 episodes. And then the third one, I suddenly remembered when I saw this dude at the end here, I've seen him somewhere. I remember in one of the videos I watched, one of the trailers or the clips or something, we saw something about Silas Briarwood. And people in the comments of other videos said the Briarwood arc is what is going to be the focus of the next 8 episodes, 10 episodes. There's 12 episodes in this season. So I'm guessing the rest of this season, 10 episodes, is going to be the Briarwood arc, which is what you guys called it. I don't know what that means. Clearly, I didn't know what Silas was capable of. I thought he was just this old dude that was like a king or something. He looked like he was on a throne or something when I saw him, but regardless, it's not important. This dude has superhuman strength, picked up a tree, swung it at somebody, murdered everybody with ease, didn't even have any fear whatsoever. Why would you if you're capable of things like that? And his wife didn't seem to think much of it and obviously knows he's capable of it as well. I'm imagining she has abilities also, and clearly they're important, and we're going to find out about them in the next episode. So I'm not going to really focus too much more on them because we're going to probably talk about them a lot in the future. Besides that, we have the dragon fight, and I don't know. I'm sorry that I said it wrong in the beginning. They're saying the guy I thought was the bad guy was Finch. Not Finch. Finch. Fitch? Finch? Fince? I think it was Fince. I'm trying to remember. Regardless, if it was Fince or not, I kept saying Uriel. I thought Uriel was the name of Fince. Uriel is the king who is also the voice of the guy who does Ezekiel in The Walking Dead. I immediately recognized his voice, but his name is Ezekiel and Uriel. Uriel. I feel that's interesting how they kind of rhyme or something, I feel like. Either way, so I kept thinking Uriel was Fince, and it doesn't matter because Fince wasn't the bad guy either. Fince was trying to help us, even though he had this weird look and he kept giving us looks. It's one of those things where I feel like he was intentionally giving us dirty looks to make us think he was a bad guy just for us. I don't know. Like, I feel like you guys let me know what you think about that. Was he trying to give Vox Machina a bad impression so that they would not bother him? Or was for us? I almost feel like there was a misdirect there so we didn't think it was him. Because I always try to think and figure out what's going on. And if you give me a misdirect like, hey, that guy's giving shitty looks at people, and then later on it's like, no, you just thought he was giving shitty looks. I feel like that guy was giving shitty looks. But either way, it was a misdirect, and it did work for me. And honestly, I do enjoy the surprise as well, because the whole time I'm going, I kind of like the big fat TikTok from Return to Oz looking dude named Krieg, General Krieg, version of TikTok from Return to Oz, a human version of it. But I'm thinking this dude is a guy I could get along with. He's a guy I could have a beer with. I hope he's not the bad guy. And the whole time I'm just going for the misdirect. Now, even if the show itself is giving me false impressions of faces and stuff like that, even if it is, and I'm not saying they are, but even if it is, I should have known better. I should have not been so secure in my first guess. Whenever you have, I mean, some people say your first guess is usually your best. I don't agree. I feel like I should have been more on my toes and guessed better. But then once we found out, all right, this dude is on our side, he gets stabbed through the back, and Krieg, General Krieg, he's talking about the dragon. Scathe? I can't remember how you say those things, like a Grim Reaper has. Scythe? Brimscythe? Either way, I'm thinking, what would be the craziest thing that could happen right now? The craziest thing I could possibly imagine. Before that, I'm thinking maybe he just controls him. Either it's dragon blood or someone's controlling him, because why would Vex have her head all messed up in the vicinity of this guy? But the fact that she had it happen worse in the vicinity of the actual dragon, like to epic proportions, made me think it couldn't be that he's actually a dragon, but maybe he has to turn into the dragon. So I'm thinking, what's the craziest thing this could be? The craziest answer, this dude's gonna turn into a goddamn dragon. And I'm like, I'm just gonna say it because I don't want people to think I lied when I say, I swear to God, I thought this was the case. But holy crap, he turns into a dragon. Somehow this dude can shapeshift. Now it also doesn't make sense because I kept saying that dude is massive. How is that dude so big? He's like a giant dude. It's because he's a goddamn dragon in a human body. So that's insane. But they have this epic battle, and we see them utilize all their abilities together. We see a lot more of Scanlan's power. Scanlan uses the hand, Scanlan's hand, or whatever he said. What is that what he said? Scanlan's hand, and he sings it. I mean, he sings mostly everything, but everything was great. Pike infused the arrow, shot the arrow. Vax'ildan cuts his neck open, and the arrow goes through that was fused with Pike, and Scanlan saved Vax with the punch through the boulder with his hand. They're good at what they do when they do it right. And it was funny because Vex even said to Scanlan, what do you want me to do? Like run out there and just be us and create a bunch of chaotic bullshit? And he's like, yes, exactly. But I'm going to do it in an illusion, and they all prevail. And in the end, they don't get gold or treasures, even though they buried probably billions of dollars in gems and gold underneath this mountain when they ran out. I mean, they had to. Or not a mountain, it was a portal. There is now a portal buried in the middle of wherever, and who knows, and it's probably never going to be relevant, but that had lots of treasures. And instead we get back and we get a home. We get a deed. We get a big chest full of nothing and some keys, and we have a house. And that's important. And sometimes it's more important. And it looks like Vex and Vax were pretty happy that they now have a place to call their own. And Scanlan's all about like, hey, can we sell this place and get money? But he should be more concerned with the fact that they are now in high praises in this place, and he could probably hook up with all the women. So I'm jumping into the next one. You guys want to be way ahead, full on edited reactions of this and other shows I do. Seasons ahead on most of the shows and hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link's in front of me. I'm as far ahead on Vox Machina as possible on Patreon. So check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.